What's going on, everybody? We are back today, and today we're going to be talking about how we can stand out in the workplace, whether it be because you want a promotion or you want a raise or you have a performance review coming up and you want to do well in that performance review. What are some of the things we can do? And so we're going to dive right into that right now. One of the biggest components in standing out is organizational citizenship, or practicing good organizational citizenship. And there are several factors to organizational citizenship. One of them being altruism. Altruism, for example, if I gave you one outside of the workplace, would be if you take your neighbor to work and you don't expect gas money in return. So in the workplace, what that would be is if you help out a team member that's struggling with their work and it's not going to benefit you to help them at all, but you do it, and really what that does is it helps build your persona, your persona in the workplace, or your character, and how you're perceived by others in the actual workplace, or volunteering even for a project that really isn't going to benefit you. But altruism really is, as I said, it's an investment in you and how you are perceived in the actual workplace. So it can be a great tool. Make sure that you're practicing it. Another factor in organizational citizenship is going to be practicing courtesy. Now, I hope that I don't have to explain the mechanics that go into courtesy and what it is. You know what? I'll do it anyway. Pretty much, saying please and thank you, asking your team members, hey, how's the family? If you're a gentleman and you open the door for, a lady, that's courtesy as well. And practicing good mannerisms, really in general. And it really can go a long way. I mean, we always think about, that one person in the office or workplace that's bitter and kind of just hates life. Make sure that you practice good mannerism. That way you're not perceived as that person. Another factor in organizational citizenship is really practicing good sportsmanship. And good sportsmanship really, well, in my opinion, is how you perceive things. For example, if something goes completely wrong, not the way it was planned at all in the workplace, and you really kind of just try to shift the blame and you kind of just try to pass it on to the next person. It wasn't my fault. I did this and this right, and so and so didn't do that right. In my opinion, it's really how you perceive things. Instead of seeing or trying to figure out, who you can shift the blame to, you look at yourself and you say, well, what could I have done to have prevented this, and was I responsible for it? And instead of trying to shift the blame, as I mentioned earlier, another example of good sportsmanship would be if you turn in a project to your supervisor that you've been working on, and it gets rejected, or it really isn't received with praise. How you react to that. If you go and tell all the team members, look, I worked so hard on this, and I'm not appreciated, and so and so and so. How about you look at the criticism that you received and see if there's any valid points that they may have made, and maybe for the next time you can turn in a much better presentation or project that you have. So practice good sportsmanship. I mean, nobody likes a sore loser. So I mean, we're all gonna make mistakes. We're all human. So practice good sportsmanship in the workplace, and again, it will help you and your character and how you're perceived in the workplace. Another important factor in organizational citizenship is going to be civic virtue and practicing good civic virtue. So pretty much, if you leave the workplace and when you're at home and all you do is kind of just bash your job and bash about all the things that go wrong and how you're so perfect and it just you're much better than this place, well, especially if you're known, or your business is known in your actual community, and all you do is just talk down and talk negatively on social media, and I can't believe this happened, I can't believe that happened, really, you're not doing yourself any favors, or the way that other people perceive you. They're going to see you as a part of that failure because you're a part of that organization that you're bashing yourself, right? So really what you're doing in bashing your workplace is bashing yourself. So keep that in mind whenever you talk about work. All of us obviously have hard days. Just make sure that you don't bring it home or you don't talk about all the things that went wrong at work. I mean, it's okay if you need to sort of vent, that's fine, but don't do it on social media, don't do it out in the community. Make sure that you present yourself and your business very well. Civic virtue is also how you carry yourself in the workplace if you're involved in gossip, if you're involved in all the negative talk that goes around in the office. That could really affect you and the way that you're perceived. For example, if maybe you're lined up for a promotion and it's between you and this person, but you're known to be the gossip person, you're known to kind of just always speak negatively, and this person isn't, well then, I mean, if you were your supervisor, who would you choose, right? Probably the person that, you know, carries himself well and is always, you know, well dressed, always well groomed. So make sure that your civic virtue is correct and it is on point, because it can be very beneficial to you and how you're perceived by your supervisor. Lastly, ask for criticism on your own work performance, and don't ask it of negative Nancy over there in the corner that talks about everything that goes bad, because she probably isn't going to give you accurate information. You want to ask for criticism on your own work performance from your supervisor. That's something that I always practice. Hey, how am I doing? How can I improve? Talk to me about my work performance. That's something that I would always ask. It's a simple question, but it's also a very important question. It shows your supervisor that you care about your work performance, and it shows them that you care to improve and you want to know about your mistakes and some of the things that you can improve on, and you actually take the time to kind of figure out what those are and improve upon them. So really always ask how you're doing. That's something that has worked really well for me. Anytime that I had the opportunity to talk with my supervisor, I would ask him, how am I doing? What can I do to improve? That's really important because, or it was really important for me, and it still is, because if you ever feel that you've learned everything and you've mastered your craft, well, guess what? You've mastered it, so you've already hit that roof, right? You're not going to get any better, because according to you, you're the best, and according to you, you've gone as far as you can. So really, you're doing yourself a disfavor by thinking that you're perfect, because guess what? You've already put a cap on what you can do. And if you don't put a cap, and you always keep an open mind on and ask how you can improve, well then guess what? This cap's not gonna exist. You're gonna be able to kind of just supersede that, and you're always gonna be improving upon yourself, because we're always gonna have opportunity. We are human, and we are gonna make mistakes. So make sure that you're asking how you can improve, what are your areas of opportunity, and how you can improve upon them. So there it is, everybody, how to stand out in the workplace. I'd love to know, what are some of the things that have worked for you to stand out in the workplace? These are some of the things that I've done that have really helped me kind of just work my way from the ground, literally, all the way up to supervising, you know, several locations, being a multi-unit. But again, it's not that hard. It's a matter of asking and carrying yourself well and making sure that, you know, you try to keep that positive mindset. It's really important, and it could really help you out in your professional and also in your private life as well. Let me know what are some of the things that you would like me to cover. I've covered interview questions, business tips, how-tos. Let me know what are some of the other things that you would be interested in me making videos on, and I would do my best to make sure that I have those out for you. Probably going to be making them about once a week now. I know it's been about a little bit over that since I've released one. My schedule's just been so hectic, but in any case, let me know what it is that you'd like me to work on in the comment section down below. Please like, share, subscribe. I appreciate the view. Have a good one.